You are welcome again to Travel and Work, your one-stop channel for latest updates, news and information about traveling, working, studying and living abroad. If this is your first time on this channel, you are welcome and I hope you are doing great. I have an important updates for everyone coming to the UK. If you are a dependent of someone already living in the UK, you need to watch this. Also, if you are already in the UK and you are expecting your family to join you, either your husband, wife or children, you need to watch this as well. The first thing you need to make sure you have, when coming into the UK, is your document. Make sure you have your documents handy in your hand luggage. Why do I say this? It is because they can ask you for any documentation at the point of entry followed by a series of questions. You must be very prepared for this, as it can turn out to be drastic if you do not prepare for all this. I have seen situations where family members are deported back to their country of origin because they could not present some documents and could not answer some questions. If you really want to know, the UK border control enforcement agencies are not taking things lightly. The immigration officers you will be faced with at the UK airport can be strict. In today's video we are going to be looking at possible questions you can be asked by UK immigration officers. If this sounds interesting, you want to stick around, like this video, share it and don't forget to subscribe. Due to some situations a few people have experienced lately, I have decided to share this with all of you. Once you pick up your luggage and go through some queue, you are going to be meeting with the immigration officers. Those officers are responsible for stamping your passport. They will ask you a series of questions. Some people are lucky that they are only asked just a few questions or one or two questions. If you are not a British citizen, or if you already live in the UK and you travel abroad and are coming back, they will ask you questions. The first question you might be asked as a dependent is, why are you in the UK? You must be able to give them straightforward reasons why you have come to the UK. If you are a dependent, you must be able to say, I have come to live with my wife, husband or parents in the UK. The second question they might ask is, where does your family member work? So, you need details of where your family member works and their profession. If it's possible, you can have details of their work address. The third question might ask is the address where your family member lives, as it is important to know exactly where you are going to live and stay with your family member. In situations where a dependent has come to the UK to join their family member and they have lost the address and become stranded, you should be able to master the address. If your family member cannot come over to pick you from the airport, you should be able to take a taxi that will take you straight to their home address. This is why such questions could be asked. Also, you should be able to know what year you got married to your spouse and how many children you have together. You need to master all these dates, as they can ask you. Should know the age of your wife, your husband and age of your children. Any failure to know this information could result in deportation. All the information given on your application should be the same as when you answer the immigration officers. Nothing should be different. Before you make such a journey, you should have mastered all the possible questions that you would be asked. As long as you answer correctly, you will be fine. You want to be informed right now that immigration officers are stepping up their game. A lot of things are happening recently, so the immigration officers are tightening up. The last thing the UK wants at the moment is for anyone coming to the UK to be a liability. They are really tightening up. If you have a dependent that is coming to join you soon in the UK, make sure you give them all the necessary information they need to know. They ask questions that they expect you to know. Apart from the fact that you now have the right to join your partner in the UK, you should be able to answer simple questions. If you are a dependent of a student, a healthcare worker or other work permit holders, you should be able to prepare for these questions. You say know where they live, work, and personal details about your relationship. Let your partner have access to all the necessary information. Also, your children should be able to have some information about you. For example, where you live or work. It also depends on the ages of the children. If they are teenagers, they should have access to information about you. My advice is, if you have a dependent on coming to join you in the UK, the first thing you should do is make sure they have all their documents available and can be kept in their hand luggage. Secondly, you should make sure they have all the correct information. If you are a student, they should know the school year you are, the name of your university or other college of learning. If you have a part-time job as a student, they should be able to know where you work as well. I will wrap up for today. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Remember to subscribe and give us a big thumbs up. See you in the next video.